Hello everybody, so in this series of videos I'm gonna go through all of quadratics that you need to know. If you know these 4 topics, then you will be able to answer any question on the SAT about quadratics or even in your math class. So number 3 is usually the hardest for most students. These are the ones at the end. That's the hardest questions that most miss, but we want to start with the basics in case you don't. If you're familiar with factoring and foiling, then you can skip to the next section. I'm not going to make this all in one video. Kind of make short videos on each topic. So we'll go through factoring first in this video. Okay, let's do some practice problems right away. So we want to factor this quadratic. Well, first, how do you know it's a quadratic? Because it has a squared, right? If it has a squared, then it's a quadratic. That's what quadratic means. So in order to factor a quadratic, we want to get it in this form that the answer choices are in, which is x, it could be plus or minus some number, and then same thing, plus or minus some number. So how do we find out what goes in there, right? Well, to do that, you want two numbers that multiply to the last number, to minus 12. Keep in mind the sign, that's important. And then we can imagine, or we know that there's a 1 here, right? It has to add to 1 plus 1. So let me show you what that means. So what are some things that can multiply to minus 12? Well, we know 1 and 12, right? It could be minus 1 times 12, right? Or it could be 1 times minus 12. These both give you minus 12. What are some other options we have? We have 6 times 2, 6 times 2. Again, the signs could be either or. Okay, and then last we have 3 times 4, 3 times 4. The order doesn't really matter, like 3 times 4, 4 times 3, right? So minus 3, and this one, the 4 is minus. So these are all our options. So now we need to make sure that they add to 1, right? So what's minus 1 plus 12, right? It's positive 11. So this won't work. What about this? This is minus 11. That won't work. And so on. You want to do that for each one and see which one. So minus 6. So that gives you minus 4. That doesn't add to plus 1. This doesn't add to plus 1. This, though, minus 3 plus 4. This adds to plus 1. So this works. What about this one? This gives you minus 1, so this doesn't work. So we have minus 3 and 4 that works. So all we need to do is take these exact combination and then plug it into here. X minus 3 and then x plus 4. The order doesn't matter, you could do x plus 4, x minus 3. It's like doing 3 times 4 or 4 times 3 is the same thing, right? So it works the exact same way. So yeah, so this is how you factor x plus 4, x minus 3. So this is how you factor. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do a more challenging one. Let's do this one. 20, right? Same thing here. Two numbers that multiply to this. Two numbers that multiply to this, but add to this. What can you think of? 1 and 20? Well, that adds to 21. Well, 4 times 5 works right away, right? That's the easy one. 4 times 5. So you can just come here and say 4x plus 4, x plus 5. That's it. And that's how you factor a quadratic. Okay, but we can make sure that these work. I have this tool that I use. What happened? Okay. So there's like a study tool that I use for difficult problems. Kind of just saves you the trouble of copying and pasting or like images, figures, whatever. But let's see if we got it right. Okay, so question 1, yeah, plus 4 minus 3, which is what we got, right? And then we did question 4, x plus 4, x plus 5. Yeah, so that's how you do it. And yeah, that's it for factoring.